Here we are again, back in a spot that feels like home. The air's got that familiar bite to it. The morning's coming cold and crisp. You can see the changes setting in, like the leaves have finally given up and fallen, leaving the trees bare and ready for snow. This time last year we were doing the same thing, getting ready for another Wyoming winter, settling into our routine. But you know, something's different this year. There's a certain quietness to it. Maybe it's 'cause someone's missing. Bear's not with us this time around. He'd usually be right here, making sure he was never far from where I was. Funny thing about memories, they have a way of sneaking up on you. This place filled with them, good ones, especially with Bear. I can still feel his spirit here. And maybe that's why this spot feels like more than just a campsite. It's like he left a little part of himself in these moments, in this place, maybe. But life keeps moving, winter waits for no one, so as the cold settles in, it's time to get these things ready for the season ahead. Keep making memories, and hold on to what matters most.
All right, y'all, so I made videos doing the sewer line, doing the skirting, all that fun stuff, individual videos. I'll link them up here if I remember. There's no reason to redo them this year. It'll just be redundant. You don't want to see all that again. But if you do want to see, just click on one of these links and I show the whole thing. We'll just kind of run through it this year, okay? All right, next thing we want to do is we want to button up this faucet. Try to winterproof it as best we can. I'm going to double it up with a little bit of this, a little bit of the Reflectix. Like I said, I'm usually not one to overkill stuff. I've been through some bad winters. And I'd rather overkill this now, then regret it later. Pain in the ass, especially all by myself. But.
Well, if you would have waited till tomorrow, I would have been home to help.
Yeah, but then I thought I seen the radar thing say it might rain tomorrow. ready to go home, get some num-nums? You ready to go home, get some foods? Good girl, good girl. And just so you know, I fully intend to bring all these back to the desert. I am only borrowing them. I feel like the sandbags last year had a FEMA emergency desolate look to it, so I think these will be prettier. We are for sure looking ghetto with this stuff, but it was an emergency that day. I needed something. She can come with me. By the way, we're using these little horseshoe spiky things. I think they use them to put like white fencing up or something. I don't know. Find them at the hardware store, like maybe 1.5 inches long. Does go better if you're lazy like me and waited until the ground froze. Actually gives it something to bite into. This right here, this was Bear's favorite spot. He'd usually be curled up. He'd dig a hole right here, and I would yell at him for digging a hole, but this was his favorite spot. There's still an indentation left from him. When I sit here, I feel like he's still here. I feel like I could picture him just sitting right beside me here, just kind of staring out, doing what he does. Look over at me once in a while and give me the paw. Keep petting him, you know. He'd come out on his rope and just sit here and just watch the world go by. Just stare off, looking for squirrels, looking for Bernie to walk by, wait for a person to give a bark to. He would never bite no one, but he likes scaring people. Sometimes when I'm out here, I feel like he never left. This time of year, it's really bringing back some bittersweet memories. And unfortunately, I got to talk about something else. Well, let me start at the beginning. It started about a month ago. Gertie just wasn't eating very much. So I told Jen, bring her to the vet. See why she's not eating. They did some blood tests. Some blood tests ran into some more tests, some more tests. Last weekend, we brought her up to Billings to get an ultrasound done. I was hoping it was going to be something fixable. I even made this whole video. I just planned on it. I hoped, I prayed it was going to be something fixable, and it was going to be this great video about Gertie being victorious over her illness. Well, that video is not going to see the light of day because it doesn't have a happy ending. And Gertie has stage 4 kidney disease already. I guess they say it's literally been started years ago and it's progressed. The problem is dogs won't even give you an idea they have an issue with liver disease until it's after 60% of their liver is destroyed, and Gertie's past 75%. The prognosis isn't good. We've researched everything we could do. We've talked to the vets about everything we could do. There's just not much hope. There's no hope. It is what it is. I hate that where all they tell you to do is make her comfortable. I'm the type of person I have to fix things. And this is one of those things I can't fix. And I swear to God, I would have never thought a year ago when this happened to Bear, I thought Gertie had so much time left, it wasn't fair to Bear. I wanted Bear to have more time left too. And I feel guilty sometimes. But she's got weeks to a couple months left at the most. And in the last month, we've seen such a decline just in her energy levels. It's becoming such a drama to get her to eat. It's just, now with Gertie, it feels like we're facing another impossible goodbye. I hate, man, when these animals die, when they're dying, staring down that barrel of eternity, knowing what they don't know. The only thing that gives me comfort is thinking she doesn't know, thinking that she still has hope, that she's just feeling like crap and it's going to get better tomorrow. I'm sure many of you experience this. It's a terrible pain knowing what's coming and that you can't fix it. But for now, we're going to try and cherish every moment. I mean, that's what you're supposed to say, right? Let's cut the bullshit. It's just miserable. It's so hard to watch her just slowly decline. There's no cherishing the moments. I'm trying. Anyways, my videos will someday take a more positive spin. It is what it is. I can't fake it. I'm not gonna fake it. She deserves me to not sugarcoat anything about her and Bear. So it's just crazy. Almost a year later from losing Bear, we're going through this again, and I never thought that was even in the cards. Anyways, that's where we're at. So we'll see what happens. We're going to do our best. There's no more tests I can do on her. I've done them all, probably more than I should have. So we're just going to try to keep her comfortable, do what we can, and see what happens, you know? Anyways. I will fix that hole there. I'm gonna put some rocks over it or something. I spaced out all the staples about a foot and double did them. I think it'll be enough, but as with any winter mod, you kind of just adjust it as you go. Yeah, I'll do something about this. That's where the sewer thing's at. Okay, well, at this point, it's a few days before Thanksgiving. We've been getting temperatures already as low as 12 degrees, 11 degrees, 10, somewhere in there. So you always hope and wonder, is it all enough? Did I do enough preparing for winter? And we'll see. I hope it is enough, but as with anything, you just gotta be flexible in RV life. Stuff will come up. You gotta run with the punches or do whatever you're supposed to do with the punches, you know? I hope this will work. I'm pretty confident in it. So we'll see what happens. These nasty winters we can get, they're not gonna go easy on you. So prepare, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Appreciate you watching. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.